World Rivers, Part 7. Brackish water. The brackish water occurs in most rivers where they meet the sea. The extent of the brackish water may extend a significant distance upstream, especially in areas with high tidal ranges. Ecosystem. River biota. The organisms in the riparian zone respond to the changes in river channel location and patterns of flow. The ecosystem of the rivers is generally described by the river continuum concept, which has some additions and refinements to allow for dams and waterfalls and temporary extensive flooding. The concept describes the river as a system in which the physical parameters, the availability of food particles, and the composition of ecosystem are continuously changing along its length. The food energy that remains from the upstream part is used downstream. The general pattern is that the first order stream contains particulate matter, decaying leaves from the surrounding forest, and which is processed there by the shredders like Placopetra larvae. The products of these shredders are used by collectors such as Hydropishari, and we do have the Plocaptra larvae and the Hydropishari, and further downstream algae that create the primary production become the main food source of the organisms. All changes are gradual, and the distribution of each species can be described as a normal curve, with the highest density where the conditions are optimal. In rivers, succession is virtually absent and the composition of ecosystem stays fixed. Chemistry. The chemistry of river is complex and depends on inputs from the atmosphere and the geology through which it travels, and the inputs of man's activities as well. The chemical composition of the water has a large impact on the ecology of that water for both plants and for animals. And it also affects the uses that may be made of the river water. Understanding and characterizing river water chemistry requires a well designed and managed sampling and analysis. Uses. Well, rivers are used for everything. They are used for layer activities, they are used for irrigation, they are used for production of energy, whatnot, whatnot. Let's talk about them in detail one by one. Construction material. The coarse sediment, gravel, and sand generated and moved by rivers are extensively used in construction. In parts of the world, this can generate extensive new lake habitats as gravel pits fill with water. In other circumstances, it can destabilize the riverbed and the course of the river and cause severe damage to spawning fish populations that rely on stable gravel formation for egg laying. In upland rivers, rapids with the white water or even waterfalls occur. Rapids are often used for the recreation, such as whitewater kayaking. Energy production. Fast flowing rivers and the waterfalls are widely used as sources of energy via watermills and hydroelectric plants. Evidence of watermills shows them in use for many hundreds of years. For instance, in Orkney, we'll tell you the more about the same in our next video.